Hello students, this is Hardik sir. Today we will be starting our new lesson from Geography, Environment. So first question arises, what is environment? So whatever you see around you, that is all environment. Every single living organism has its own defined environment. Here in the box, you will find some information about environment. That environment is our basic life support system. It provides us air so that we can breathe. It provides us water which we drink and the food we eat. So these all things are provided from environment, and the most important, the land that where we live. So here the story starts with some of the students interacting with their teachers. So in the beginning we find that after the long vacation, when Ravi started going to school again, so after school vacation got over, when Ravi again started to go to school, he found that the huge building was to be built, was to be constructed on the only playground next to his school. So where the students used to play, that playground was totally dug up, and because of that he came to know that huge building was to be constructed in that particular part. So Ravi was almost in tears, as he was very sad because the only playground for them now was no more, because the huge building was to be constructed at that place. So how was the playground? He also describes you something about that particular playground. So he says that it was really a big playground with its soft grass, marigolds and butterflies, and all these things now will be lost forever. So he shared his feelings with his classmates. So he shared the ideas, he shared the feelings that now it was very sad for them because now the playground was to be lost. The principal also observed too, he also sadly observed that how our environment is changing. So you can come to know that it was not getting changed automatically, but sometimes you find that the humans also modify the environment. And why and how they modify the environment, what damage humans create to environment, these all things we are going to study in this particular lesson. So in the class, Ravi asked his teacher that what is environment. He had a question, what is environment? So the teacher replied, जब उसके टीचर ने आंसर दिया कि वॉट एवर यू सी इन योर सराउंडिंग्स, तो क्या कहा कि आपके आसपास इन योर सराउंडिंग्स अगर आपको जो भी चीज़ें दिखती है वो सभी आपका एनवायरनमेंट है. सो रवि थॉट अलाउड, इट मीन्स अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम, अब वो समझ रहा था दैट द स्कूल बिल्डिंग, टेबल्स, चेयर्स इन द क्लासरूम, ये सभी चीज़ें एनवायरनमेंट है. इवन दैट ओपन फील्ड, द गार्बेज, माई फ्रेंड्स, रोड, दे आर ऑल एनवायरनमेंट. दीज आर ऑल द पार्ट्स ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट. तो ये सभी चीज़ें अल्टीमेटली आप जो देख रहे हैं, दे आर ऑल द पार्ट्स ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट. सो एज द टीचर ऑल्सो अग्रीड, यस ये सब चीज़ें एनवायरनमेंट है. बट वेट, नाउ ही वॉन्ट्स टू ऐड समथिंग. वो कुछ और बताना चाहते हैं कि सम ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर क्रिएटेड बाय नेचर, यानी कि एनवायरनमेंट के दो हिस्से हो रहे हैं. एक है जो नेचर से बना है, दूसरा है जो इंसानों ने बनाया है, विच इज़ मेड बाय पीपल. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल माउंटेन्स, रिवर्स, ट्रीज एंड एनिमल्स, they are all natural and they are made by nature, they are created by nature. But for example, if we discuss road, cars, clothes, books, they are all created by people. So there are number of things you will find that they are natural, and there are number of things which you will find that they are man-made. So now as the teacher suggests, but I also suggest you that you alone make a list of the creations of nature and by human beings. So whatever the things you find around you, at least make list of number of things. Minimum it has to be 5 or 10 numbers, that these things are made by nature and these things are made by humans. So here also you will find some more information. We have some questions that how, as you can see, the human beings modify this environment. As per our need, we keep modifying this environment. So as the car fumes pollute the air, water is collected in a pot, food is served in vessels, and even land is used to build factories. So these are the number of things how do we modify our environment. So if you come across through a question that how human beings modify environment, so you can find this number of answers, that in this case human modifies its environment. You can find human beings makes cars, mills, factories and manufacture containers. Number of things are manufactured by human beings, and this is how you can find that humans modify or change their environment as per their need. So जैसे जैसे हमें ज़रूरत पड़ती है, we keep modifying the natural environment just to make our lives more comfortable. So here number of students you will find the names Ravi, Paramjit, Jesse, Mustafa, Asha. They were all excited for making the list, and you also must be. आप भी ऐसा list बनाए. But now the question is from Iqbal, why is our environment changing? So this question was asked by Iqbal. इकबाल के लिए क्वेश्चन था कि क्यों हमारा ये एनवायरनमेंट बदल रहा है. सो जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं तुरंत ही आंसर है, इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ आवर नीड्स, हमारी ज़रूरतों के हिसाब से. क्योंकि we people, whatever we need to make something comfortable, our lives comfortable, we just keep changing the environment, we just keep modifying the environment. As you can find, they are increasing day by day. So ultimately we are therefore modifying and at times even destroying our natural surroundings as our needs are increasing day by day, and that is why we keep modifying and our environment, and because of this modification we are actually destroying our natural surroundings. And this was the reply given by the teacher. Here you will find a flow chart for wherein you will find the components of environment. There are number of things given, that particularly first part you should understand that the first component, that is natural, the second is human made, and the third is human itself. So there are number of things. Once again, पहला that is natural, second you will find human made, and the third would be human. So these are three different components. Now we will first have a look at the natural environment. So with natural environment you can see that first is water given. So water, that is hydrosphere. The sphere of water is known as hydrosphere. Then we have air, that is the sphere of air, that is atmosphere. Then we have land, that means the lithosphere. So you will find these all definitions also afterwards, and because of the interaction of all these three we have the fourth sphere, that is sphere of life, and that is known as biosphere. So with natural component, natural environment, you will find that there are four things. That sphere of life, that is the most important, as you can see, and the sphere of life means biosphere is totally dependent upon all these three. So if any of these three gets imbalanced, then definitely the biosphere is in danger. So the question mark for the life survival will be created, and that's why we must, human beings must stop or control destroying our environment. You will find the second part, that is human made environment. You can see that human made, so whatever the things are made by human, you will find buildings, parks, bridges, roads and even factories. There are number of examples given, even monuments. So there are number of things which we have made, and that is just for our conveniency, our comfort. Next, that is human. Human itself is a creation of nature, as you know, but still human has number of things that you can see, that as an individual also there is a human. Then it has a family, community, religion, education, economy and even politics. So ultimately these are the things which you cannot see or touch, but they present in our lives. They are totally present. इन सब का भी कहीं ना कहीं हमारी ज़िंदगी में presence तो है ही. So these are the things which are also created by men. So number of things you can come to know. Next we have, from this above conversation, you understand that the place, people, things and the nature that surround any living organism, that is known as its environment. For any living organism, किसी भी living organism के लिए उसका एक distinct environment होता है. For an example, if a plant or if a tree which can grow in some parts of India, it is not mandatory or compulsory that it will survive in any part of India. All the trees and plants, they have specific environment and they can only survive in that particular environment. यानी इंसानों के लिए भी आपको पता है कि एक पर्टिकुलर एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए, एंड दैट एनवायरनमेंट इज टोटली प्रेजेंट ऑन दिस अर्थ. सो नाउ वी हैव समथिंग टू नो that it is a combination of natural and human made phenomena. And while the natural environment refers to biotic and abiotic, these are two number of things that you will come to know within a short period of time, that what is biotic and what is abiotic. So these conditions that exist on the earth. So let's have a look on biotic and abiotic. This is also an important question. Give 2 points of difference between biotic and abiotic. So now what you mean by biotic? So biotic is living and abiotic means non-living. तो biotic जो है living organism एंड अबायोटिक जो कि नॉन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म है, दोनों के दोनों है तो नेचुरल ही, दैट इज कन्फर्म. समझिएगा, ये दोनों नेचुरल है, एक बायोटिक है एक अबायोटिक है. यानी कि जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स है वो बायोटिक है, जो नॉन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स है, नॉन लिविंग एलिमेंट्स है, वो सब के सब अबायोटिक है. यू विल फाइंड द एग्जाम्पल्स बिलो दैट द प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स आर एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ बायोटिक. इवन लैंड, वाटर, एयर, fire, these are the examples of abiotic. They are all natural but they are non living elements. आपने देखा नहीं है कि वाटर पैदा हुआ, वाटर ग्रो हुआ और वाटर का डेथ हुआ, बट प्लांट वुड जर्मिनेट, कहीं से शुरू हुआ, ग्रो हुआ, बढ़ा और अल्टीमेटली डेथ हुआ. सो देयर आर नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स यू विल फाइंड बायोटिक एंड अबायोटिक. द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, ओनली वन डेफिनेशन एंड एग्जाम्पल एंड योर टास्क इज डन. सो नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पेज. यू विल फाइंड that ultimately human environment reveals the activities, creations and interactions among human beings. So ये जो भी activities आपने देखा, that all ultimately has a relation, has an interaction, and because of that only the life can survive. Now we have both the parts to study. The first part is of natural environment. So before we start with natural environment, we will find the origin of word environment. So the word environment originated from French language. You can find the French word that was environneur, and environneur का मतलब होता है neighborhood. आपके आसपास में जो चीज़ें हैं उस सभी को हम कहते हैं environment. So now we will start with the first part, that is natural environment. So what is now natural environment? So you can come to know that land, water, air, plants and animals, all living organisms, they all comprise natural environment. ये सब आ गया इसमें. Whatever is made by human, that is only left. So you are familiar with the meaning of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere, as we have already completed in 6th standard. Lithosphere means sphere of land, hydrosphere that is water, atmosphere that is air and biosphere that is sphere of life. So now let us have some more information about these domains. इन सभी के बारे में थोड़ा ज़्यादा डिटेल में बात कर लेते हैं. सो यू विल फाइंड दैट लिथोस्फीयर फर्स्ट वर्ड, तो दैट इज सॉलिड क्रस्ट, जो अर्थ के ऊपर है, क्रस्ट विच इज़ द हार्ड टॉप लेयर, मीन्स लाइक द स्किन ऑफ एन एप्पल. सो सच हार्ड टॉप लेयर ऑफ द अर्थ इज नोन एज क्रस्ट, एंड दैट इज मेड अप ऑफ रॉक्स एंड मिनरल्स, एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो कवर्ड विथ अ थिन लेयर ऑफ सॉइल. सो the crust is made up of rocks and minerals and covered with a thin layer of soil. It is an irregular surface. The crust is uneven. हर जगह एक लेवल पे नहीं है कि हर जगह if we think कि सब जगह the distance, the thickness is of only 5 kilometers. No, we cannot. But the average thickness can come to 5 kilometers. So it has some irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains and even valleys. सो जहाँ जैसा आपको यहाँ लिथोस्फीयर में रिलीफ फीचर में बदलाव मिलेगा, वैसे उसकी थिकनेस में भी बदलाव आएंगे. सो लैंडफॉर्म्स आर फाउंड ओवर द कंटिनेंट्स एंड ऑल्सो ऑन द ओशन फ्लोर, बिकॉज इन ऑन द ओशन फ्लोर ऑल्सो यू विल फाइंड दैट समवेयर देयर इज अ लैंड, एंड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर लैंड ऑल्सो देयर आर नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स. सो लिथोस्फीयर इज द मेन डोमेन दैट प्रोवाइड्स अस फॉरेस्ट, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture and human settlements. So अगर ये land नहीं होता तो humans could not survive on this earth. But luckily with God's grace we have land, and that land only provides us forest. उसी वजह से यहाँ forest है. जो grassland आप देखते हैं grazing के लिए वो भी land पे है. agriculture या हमारे settlements वो सब इसी land के ऊपर है. And it is also a source of mineral wealth. So number of minerals आर एक्सट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम द क्रस्ट. इसी क्रस्ट में से, लिथोस्फीयर के क्रस्ट में से ही ये सभी मिनरल्स निकाले जाते हैं. सो there is also a task for you that look at your surroundings and make a list of uses that the land in your neighborhood is being put to. मीन्स योर लैंड, आपके आसपास का एरिया, आप जहाँ रहते हैं उसके आसपास की चीज़ें या उसके आसपास का लैंड किस लिए यूज़ हो रहा है. जस्ट ट्राई टू मेक अ लिस्ट विद दैट. नाउ as you can see that we have also some question here. So where does the water you use in your home and school come from? So ये पानी बेसिकली ये वाटर आपके घर या स्कूल में कहाँ से आता है और उसके डिफरेंट यूजेस कौन से हैं आपकी डेली लाइफ में, वो सबका एक लिस्ट बनाए. एंड क्या आपने किसी को वाटर वेस्ट करते देखा है? हैव यू सीन एनीवन वेस्टिंग वाटर? अगर देखा है तो किस तरह से? हाउ? दिस हाउ विल टीच यू दैट यू शुड नॉट डू द सेम सो दैट वाटर कैन बी सेव्ड. तो आप उसे वेस्ट ना करें, उसी लिए आपको हाउ भी लिखना है. सो प्लीज़ ट्राई मेकिंग द आंसर्स. So the domain of water, now we will discuss that the sphere of water, that is hydrosphere, and hydrosphere में it comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies. There are number of types of water bodies. यानी rivers भी natural, lakes भी natural, sea, ocean, they are all the domains or they are the sources of water. Means they are all are examples of hydrosphere. And water is very essential for all living organisms. So water is also one of the most important. So with the imbalance of any of this domain, definitely the life cannot survive. Next you will find the atmosphere, that it is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. So the thin layer of air, here in the picture you will find number of spheres. So as you can see again, so this is your atmosphere. So the thin layer of air is your atmosphere. As you can see, this is hydrosphere, the water, biosphere, that is interaction of all these three, means including land, water and air. और इन तीनों के इंटरेक्शन से ही लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म कैन सर्वाइव, बिकॉज हमें इन तीनों की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. नाउ लेट्स मूव अहेड. द एटमॉस्फेयर इज थिन लेयर, जो अर्थ को, द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स जो है अर्थ का, वो एटमॉस्फेयर को पकड़ के रखता है. एंड इट प्रोटेक्ट्स अस फ्रॉम दी हार्मफुल रेज एंड स्कॉचिंग हीट ऑफ द सन. सो जो यूवी रेज और वगैरह आप पढ़ चुके हैं प्रीवियस स्टैंडर्ड में, इन सब से हमें बचाने का काम केवल एटमॉस्फेयर ही करता है. इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ नंबर ऑफ गैसेस, डस्ट एंड इवन वाटर वेपर. सो देर आर नंबर ऑफ गैसेस, एंड व्हाट आर द इंपॉर्टेंट गैसेस, विच टू गैसेस comprise the majority part of atmosphere? Please do write in comment. So the changes in the atmosphere produce changes in the weather and climate. Now these two words are totally different. What is weather and what is climate, that we have already studied in the previous standard, so we are not going to discuss about it. So whatever the changes take place in atmosphere means the pollution made by the factories, जो धुआं निकाला जाता है by number of factories, even vehicles, और बाकी अलग तरह से जैसे हम इसमें बदलाव करते हैं, हम जिस तरह डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं, तो देयर वुड बी नंबर ऑफ चेंजेस विद द वेदर एंड क्लाइमेट. यू विल इवन फाइंड दैट द प्लांट एंड एनिमल किंगडम टुगेदर मेक बायोस्फीयर. सो एवरी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म वी कैन सी लिविंग और द लिविंग वर्ल्ड. सो दिस लिविंग वर्ल्ड इज योर बायोस्फीयर. सो हर एक लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म बायोस्फीयर का हिस्सा है. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life. So you can find lithosphere, hydrosphere and even the atmosphere. They all interact with each other to support life. So if they have no interaction, that means it cannot support the life. Here before starting, what is ecosystem? Just have a look with the glossary. Ecosystem. So now what is ecosystem? So ecosystem is a system formed by interaction of all living organism. पहले अबायोटिक लैंड, वाटर एंड एयर के इंटरेक्शन से लाइफ पैदा हुई, बायोस्फीयर पैदा हुआ, लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स पैदा हुए. अब विद द इंटरेक्शन ऑफ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स you will find that the ecosystem is created. So it is a system that is formed by interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live they are all linked by transfer of energy and material. So as you have also studied food cycle in science, so you just connect that knowledge with this definition and you will have better idea. So it means that this part deals with the interaction of living organism. Every single living organism has interaction with another living organism or else with even its physical and chemical factors of the environment. So now what is ecosystem? From there we will be starting with our part 2. Thank you. Keep learning. All the best.